Hey, we are at St Mary Ranger Station at Glacier National Park. So we just made it over the border, and Ian just here is working out the permits. We've got 14 days all around Glacier. We're doing a full tour, and I'll send you more photos from the trail. Okay, it's not very glamorous, but I'm having my first night at Glacier National Park in the back of a Honda Odyssey. It's raining, Ian's happy to pitch. There's a bit of a problem with the site we thought we had booked, but it's like a shared tent bike site. Anyway, long story, but there's probably enough room in here, so I'm going to camp here for the night. Good morning. We woke up to lots of rain. I slept in the back of the car, not very well, but Ian I think slept even worse. This is the Glacier Visitor Centre, and we're just trying to dry out Ian's stuff in the car before we head off for the day. But I think the first 2 days are rainy, so we'll see what happens. Good morning. Just looking at the trailhead, we just left the car back there. Hi car! And we're hiking for 14 days. Just thought I'd show you the bridge. We're only about a third of the way into the day, maybe less, and it's just very rainy, very wet, lots of wet foliage we're walking through. Everything's soaked. But this bridge is pretty cool as well. Okay, we're on the CDT now. We're doing our loop and we're going over Red Eagle Creek. Hello, so it's been super wet today and cold and our feet are numb, but the benefit of the trail is that there's these huckleberries everywhere and they're really delicious. Ian, how many do you have?
I got a lot there.
A lot there.
Woo, yummy.
You gotta put them in his mouth.
Oh my god.
So good. That's the ultimate ultralight experience. You just pick up the food from the trail. This is kind of fun. This is the pass we just came up. That's one side of the pass. Walking up in complete cloud. And then you can see the cloud just hit this side of the mountain, and this is the other side of the pass. So much more clear, which is good. Doesn't look like we'll get any more rain today, which would be nice. My feet are soaking and cold, but trail goes down there. Another 5 k's to camp. Just coming down this little ridgeland trail. We're traversing around, and this is the scenery. Beautiful lake down there. And heading along, contouring along this trail here. Just saw a moose down here. I don't know if you can see it. Should be center shot. He just got to run off from pretty close. He's looking at me, but it's very cute. I'm almost at the campsite. End of day one, it was pretty hard. It ended up being over 30 k's and a lot of elevation up towards that pass that you saw. So we're both pretty tired by the time we got to camp. Also my legs, that same injury sort of came back a bit towards the end, so I had to have some drugs. That's because we had 2 days off, so annoyingly, that's that's just how it goes. So day 1 of 14 is done. I think tomorrow is a pretty similar height gain, about 800 meters, but it's about 22 kilometers. So hello. So we just got to Pitamakan Lake, which is very, very pretty. It's actually been a bit of a relief today because we've had some sun. It was very cold this morning. This is really cute, by the way. This is where the lake heads off across my trail. So very wet bushes and things. Yesterday was very wet. We're pretty cold. Yeah, we slept a bit cold. I slept a bit cold as always. Thankfully, the tent wasn't too bad. It was pretty condensation-y, but the quilt was pretty wet this morning. So at some point today we'll stop and dry it out, but for the moment I'm in shorts. And today is supposed to be okay. I think in 2 days we're going to get a whole day of rain. That is a day before our next resupply, so hopefully we'll make it through that night okay, and then the following night is in a hotel where we get the next 7 days worth of food, which we dropped off earlier, and then we keep hiking. But beautiful trail. Okay, we made it to the top of Pitamakan Pass. So we've come from down there and we're heading off that way, but I'll just do a quick little look around into the next valley for you. We're hoping to get some sun to dry out some stuff, but it's looking pretty cloudy. Should have probably done it earlier. There wasn't much consistent sun. That's the rest of the valley. So I'm going to keep going down a little bit, get out of the wind, and then try and dry stuff down there. Well, this is the trail today. It's pretty exposed. You can see over that rock there. Goes up around this corner. Okay, so that's the trail just in here. Oh, then it comes around this peak. And I don't know if you can see it along in here, up to this ridge. There's some people over there too. Oh, so we're just at No Name Lake. We're going to go and see if there's room here. Probably isn't, but it's a pretty crazy sort of caldera thing that it's in. Oh, sorry, I'll send you some more video from the campsite. Good morning, this is day 3. First day of actual sunshine, hey Ian? Yep. Ian's up there. We're doing a bit of a, what he calls a yard sale, where we just spread everything out. So I got my tent drying, and my quilt drying here. We've had a lot of sort of condensation-y overnights, and a lot of rain during the days actually. Today's, I think, the first day it's not supposed to rain at all, but then the next 2 days it's going to rain half of the time, so good chance to dry everything up. And we're going straight back up the same ridge we came down yesterday. There's a lot of back and forth on this trip just because of the way bookings are organised, but I'll show you the view. Can't really see the lake past my quilt there, but beautiful lake we just came from down there. Talk to you more during the trail. Hi. So today is a lot of this. We're in, I think, the Nyack Valley, and there's Ian. It's a lot of bush bashing, a lot of berry eating. Yeah, that's okay. Because of the loop we're doing, there's a bit of this to join up the nicer sections, so this is mostly what today's been like. We just had a little wash here, washed everything actually. Got naked, washed ourselves, and then dried out a bit of stuff on these rocks. And now we are heading back to the trail, and which is just sort of along here, and back to Upper Nyack Creek. So these little guys are thimbleberries. When you pull them off, they sort of come away from like a base, and they're very tasty. I am at Upper Nyack Snowshoe Cabin apparently. So because I have some time, I am just hanging out, doing some organizing, drying some socks, and airing out my feet. Retying some knots on the side of my pack. Not very exciting. Just thought I'd use this shelter while I could. Guess who turned up? Woohoo! So I'll tell him, but basically Ian got 1.5 kilometers into the trail to the other lake that he wanted to go to, and it was just so many blowdowns.
Yeah, it was like someone took all the logs and just dropped them.
Like pickup sticks. Yeah,
like
so
sticks. And
I'm just sitting here editing video, and he pops up. So we'll be at the campsite together tonight, and then we think we've got 11 tomorrow.
Something like that.
And
yeah.
we just checked the weather on his Garmin, and it's looking a lot better now. So I don't think after 4 tomorrow it's supposed to thunderstorm, but then after that it looks sunny for the foreseeable future. This is the view from my tent tonight. Got my quilt drying on the outside of the tent. This side, got some water down here. Hey, sorry about moving the camera. Yeah, not much to tell. We got into camp about 5, had dinner. It's about 7:30 now, and we're just going to go to bed. Have a big sleep in. We've only got 11 k's tomorrow, but I'll show you more from the trail. Good morning. Told that this is day 4, and just showing the campsite. So the campsite's really cute. It is close to a river, but it's a bit of a pain to get to, so we just got a lot of water last night. But mainly what I wanted to show you was this cute little toilet. So this is the toilet for the campsite. It's pretty hilarious. I'll show you the view. There's a nice mountain up there. It's a 360-degree view of from the toilet. And the campsite is just back over here. Okay, this is the trail today. There's just no trail. We're walking through bushes. Ian's filming me there too. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So if you come to Glacier National Park, probably don't do the Nyack River Valley. Hello. Second river crossing for the day. Just leaving the shoes on, because I believe there's lots of river crossings today. So we're only about 4 kilometers in, but Ian's found blueberry bushes. So we're going to eat a whole lot of blueberries. Yummy blueberries. Okay, just added this to one of my breakfasts. Now the trail finally came out of this really dense, kind of overgrown brush. There's been lots of these seeds I've just pulled off all over us. It's a pretty river, so I'm going to stop and have some muesli for lunch. Alright, so we're walking down next to Nyack River, and it looks very pretty. It's kind of going in a gorge. Yeah, I think we can walk up from the camp, which is about 1 kilometer away, and maybe find some swimming holes. Just made it to Lower Nyack and made an executive decision that we are going to do a 0 day in West Glacier. So tomorrow we're going to walk a little bit further, skip the campsite we had booked for tomorrow night, which was a bit of an in and out anyway. So this way we can do a 27, 28 kilometer day or something, and then have food in West Glacier. And so again, just thought I'd show you the food I'm having for tonight, because we're going into town. I get to have a double meal, and it means all of the bars that we've been kind of hoarding for the next 2 days, now we can all eat in one day. Hello, tent cam again. So we've retired to the tents for the evening. We just noticed that Ian's carbon stay in his pack has broken. So, courtesy of Franz, a friend of mine in Australia, I had some black heat moldable plastic that I carry just for emergencies. So we splintered the carbon stay with that, and then broke off half of his titanium spoon, which actually has a bit of a concave in it, and tried to splint it with that as well. So hopefully it holds for the rest of the hike. He's got about a week to go. Tomorrow we have a 27 kilometer day to West Glacier. We decided to combine the last 2 days. They were 22 kilometers each, and we kind of mushed them together into a slightly different route that was just 27 straight into West Glacier. So that'll give us extra 0 day actually. Big river crossing for me today. I'm gonna cross over at the Nyack and then try and get the highway to West Glacier today. So I'll see you during the trail. Okay, so we made it to the river, and the number 2 highway is just over here. I don't know if you can see any buildings in the railway line. The river looks a little bit deeper, but this means we don't have to do about 25 kilometers of extra walking. We've already crossed I've crossed the same river 3 times looking for Ian. So anyway, we're gonna try and cross this, put all our stuff in our dry bags in case we swim, and then go into West Glacier. Okay, this is Ian going across. He's halfway and it looks pretty good. He hasn't quite dipped his waist belt down yet, so I'm gonna pack up all my stuff into a dry bag just in case. Maybe it'll get deeper here, but we'll see. I'm gonna try and walk straight up to that log and use it for a bit of current protection. I was thinking of going above the log. See the train. Yeah, he's getting slower now. Sorry about the train noise. Alright, I'm gonna stop videoing. Hopefully he's all good. So that all went really well. We got across fine. We're just drying out stuff from this morning while we're waiting for our clothes to dry before we get a hitch into town. And a whole bunch of rafts just went past, which possibly could have given us a lift, but well, whatever. Okay, we're hitchhiking into West Glacier now. across the river okay and see if we can get a lift. Okay, we got a hitch from the car that's just pulling out behind us. Nice old guy who was collecting huckleberries. So now we're in West Glacier and here he goes. And we'll get some food and post this video. Ian is now having the full thru hiker experience, eating a pint of ice cream in a car park next to a road after hitchhiking into town. He's a real thru hiker now.
You bet.
It's my first Cybertruck. Only in America.